Thank you.
No 564. Just let them fill it out.
You're live. Say something. This is Ara Moody. Go ahead with your slogan. You're the best.
Someone, you're telling the person, you know.
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay, start. No, start now. It's already 8 o'clock. No? I'm ready. You're on.
I don't know much about that. That's before how bad time Hillary was. Even though she was always a bit extreme, supposedly now we know what it is. Now we know what it is. They hate us.
Should I ask you?
We're not setting up. You did a great job.
Brother is going to get
Got a couple of announcements before we begin.
Can I get everybody's attention over here? Jimmy? Elena? Can I get everybody's attention over here? Mark? Mark? Alright, we're gonna start the meeting up. Alright, you're ready now.
Okay, so we're going to start in a few minutes. I just want to say there's a couple of minutes. There's raffles going around. Jimmy and Mark
Look, I signed it.
have the raffles. We have a great raffle basket today. Fine, and it's a box of incredible dark chocolates with liquor-filled dark chocolates. It's a $40 value. So really valuable raffle basket tonight. Also we have our Republican candidates going around collecting signatures. We have Carol's here, our illustrious MC, and we have Dwayne Moore, and we have other candidates here. We're going to hear from them tonight. We also have our store, our Queens Village Republican Club store. We have a sweatshirt, a red golf shirt, and you can get a MAGA hat. Get your MAGA hat and make friends. Because everybody wants the change that's going on in our country today. We're going to make America great again. And you got to go out with a MAGA hat. So make sure you get a MAGA hat at our gift store. So, and let's spread the word and make America great again in our communities. And we have Sonny here. Sonny is our great singer for the Lincoln. And she's providing some entertainment before we start. Okay, we're going to start in a couple minutes. So everybody find your seats, and we're going to begin.
Ladies and gentlemen, good evening. It's an honor and a pleasure to be standing here as a great cause among great energetic people. Tonight, put your hands together for this amazing man to call me up here tonight. And before I do that, I want to recognize for a round of applause for the victory of the man who's making this country better for us and the nation as a whole. President Trump 2024. Ladies and gentlemen, in God we trust. Pledge of allegiance. God bless America. Long live President Trump and the Republican Party.
Amen.
I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
To lead us in the opening prayer from Gospel Light Baptist Church. Pastor Dana Dice.
All right, let's take a moment, let's bow our heads and our hearts, let's ask God to help us tonight. Heavenly Father, God, we thank you, Lord, for the day. Thank you for your goodness. Thank you for a good Lincoln dinner this last Sunday. Thank you for all that we're able to attend. Thank you for all that are able to attend tonight. We are a nation under God, and I ask that you would help us, Lord, to keep up our laws and our Constitution. And we need leaders to help us to do that. There are many candidates here tonight. There are different ones that are speaking. We ask that you help each one as they speak. We need help in our country. We need leaders on the local level. We need leaders on the state level. We need leaders in our federal level. We need your help. We thank you for the Supreme Court ruling this week. Thank you that President Trump was put back on the ballots as he should be. And this should not have taken place in the first place. We thank you for your help in this. We ask that you would help us to vote wisely and to consider who are going to be on the ballots this year. We need your help tonight. We need your guidance, your strength. We thank you that we can have this club. Thank you for our leaders here. Thank you for Joe Kincannon. Thank you for Bill Ornstein. Thank you for each and every one that's here. May we all be leaders as we should be. In Jesus' name.
Amen.
Amen. Thank you. And now we're going to have Sonny will lead us in the singing of the national anthem, and please join along. Okay, everybody be seated, make yourselves comfortable, and welcome again to the Queens Village Republican Club, where America's Republican Club established in 1875, and Frank Ferry, the rumors going around, I was not there at the time the club founded, like some people would like to say. But anyway, we're here tonight. I'm so glad all of you could join us on the heels of our amazing, great Lincoln dinner on March 3rd on Sunday. You know, it was a very successful dinner. Praise and kudos keep coming in. And, you know, we all had a wonderful time. We whipped it up on the dance floor. And we had a great time, and everybody there took something valuable out of it. Jimmy James, DJ, Sonny was our singer. I'd like to thank everyone who participated with us and worked so hard, especially our board. Jim Dukas was our videographer, and he's here today. With us at our video taping, all of our meeting, the opportunity of those who couldn't make it to see it on our website. If any of, just a disclaimer, if any of the speakers tonight do not want their video on our website, you know, just say something to me, and we won't, you know, put your video up on the website. So we believe in the principles of the Republican Party. Can I have everybody's attention? Okay, a little better microphone. Okay, so we believe in the principles of the Republican Party, and we support candidates who uphold these principles. And we announce these at the beginning of every meeting. The principles of maximum personal freedom, constitutionally limited government. We believe in the First Amendment, free speech rights, religious liberty. We believe in our Second Amendment right to bear arms. We believe in traditional family values and the sanctity of life, which means there are two genders and two genders only, one man and one woman, and that's it. We don't shop at corporate, we don't support woke corporations or their products. Go woke, go broke. We believe in the American dream, that every citizen in America has a right to accomplish the American dream. And we believe in free market capitalism. We believe in legal immigration. And we're against illegal immigration. We say close the border, build the wall, and already Joe Biden is building a wall around the Capitol for a State of the Union message today. How about that? But we're going to build a real wall in November when our President Trump is elected the 47th President of the United States of America. Ladies and gentlemen, can we please give our club president the respect he deserves while he's speaking so he doesn't have to speak over your private conversations? Please.
We need some silence, please.
As you know, the meeting is being recorded, so, you know, if we have 60 conversations going on behind the camera, can't hear what Phil is saying, all right? So please, thank you very much. Thank you very much. So, you know, we support our armed forces, we support our veterans, we support our police, we support our first responders, we support our firefighters, and we support our President, Donald J. Trump, our next President of the United States of America. And this year, we're going to all work together to make America great again here in this part of Queens, our President's birthplace. So we just finished our Gala Lincoln dinner, and we're aiming for our 150th anniversary Lincoln dinner. We haven't had a date yet, it's in the planning now, but you know, we have, you know, such a great event. And if anyone would like to write their experience, we'll publish it in our newspaper. You could submit your experience of our Lincoln dinner. But I just want to give a shout out to our board members. Board members, all stand up. Everybody, Tanisha, Aura, Selena, Laura, everybody, Elena, Dave, Carol, everybody worked so hard. We put our heart and soul into making this dinner, such a great event. Wilson, P-Man, Rick, Bill, everybody worked so hard, and we were all fortunate to have our great dinner chairman, Joe Kincannon, getting the job done. I have never seen a harder working group, working day and night, to make this a great success. And what we aim for is to energize all the participants, to give them the energy, the enthusiasm, the patriotism, the optimism, and the hope to go out there and get the job done. Because we are action. We're not a club of complainers, as you noticed. There's a lot to complain about. Everybody knows how bad it is. But we're a club of action. We say, take action. And the speakers tonight, we have some really incredible speakers tonight and Republican candidates. They're going to all ask you to do something. They're going to ask you to help them petition. They're going to ask you to join their cause. They're going to ask you to help stop, bad legislation. This club is about doing. This club is about being gladiators, not spectators. This club is about not complaining, but action. So we want everyone in this room to do something, to take what these speakers say tonight and help them petition, help them get on the ballot, because the first step to getting Republicans elected is collecting those signatures and getting them on the ballot. And this is a great opportunity to talk to your Republican neighbors, distribute the newspapers to them, and talk to them about the issues and bring them into our club, get them active, let them run for party positions, county committee first. That's the most powerful office, political office in America. The county committee, the state committee. These are party positions which determine the destiny of the Republican Party. And we need, if anybody knows, we all know, we got to take our Republican Party back as the first step to saving our country. So, this is what our club is all about. We're about saving our country, especially this year. Everybody knows that this is the most important election of our lifetime. So we have, our president is on the ballot, and we have some great Republican candidates who you'll hear from tonight. So let me turn the meeting over to our dinner chair, our chairman of the board, Joe Kincannon, for a few words. Come on, Chairman.
All right, good evening, everybody. I'm going to try and keep this real short. I don't have specific numbers to give you tonight, but I can tell you that the Journal was a massive success. I can tell you the raffles were successful. I can tell you that the attendance at our event was overwhelming. All right, we did terrific, and the numbers should come in probably next week or the week right after that. And at the next regular meeting, you'll find out about all of that. I just wanted to echo a few things because there were some people here earlier tonight, and this is their first meeting down to a Republican club. So maybe they don't understand the importance of being county committee. They don't understand the importance of being a state committee person. And I'm going to make it very short and very sweet. New York State has 62 counties. 62. Each one of those counties operates independently. All right? And those counties, there are 18 assembly districts. And in those assembly districts, each one of them has 2 people. They're called state committee people. These are party positions, inside party positions. All right? And inside of each assembly district has about 50 to 100 state committee seats. So that means in 18 assembly districts in Queens, there are 2,580 available seats for each and every one of you. All right? And then people that really know how to articulate a message, they can become state committee people. Those are the people that are good organizers within each one of those 18 assembly districts. I don't want to get into it any more than that, but Phil, you are right on point. Who's the most important person in the Republican Party?
The voter.
You got it. He's well trained, isn't he? Let's give him a hand. For too long, the Republican Party has been ignoring the voter. Every single voter at every single door is important. Not one, even those people who don't vote the way we do, all right, or think the way we do. Every single one of them is important. We've got people here from Hong Kong tonight, which is absolutely tremendous. I wanted to acknowledge that, all right? And you know, think about what's going on over in Hungary right now, all right? They're fighting for their own identification because this president and this administration are forcing them to look at the world upside down, the way it is right now here in the United States. All right? Have a great meeting. More details coming in April on the dinner. And thank you, Phil.
Thank you, Joe. Are we ready with our new members pinning ceremony? Dave, let's turn it over to our membership chairman, Dave Solano.
I apologize if I mispronounced your name. If you would come up, please. Lee. Carmen Henstra. Carmen, you here? Oh. Where's your key, man? Kara Casanova? Frank and Geraldine? Annette Carrera? Joseph Chow? Laura Hickey? Yeah, that's it.
On behalf of the Board of Governors of the Queens Village Republican Club and the President of our club, welcome.
Welcome to our club. Thank you very much for joining America's oldest Republican club. And Keon Marshall, where's Keon? Keon! Stand up, Keon! Keon Marshall. Okay, now we want to welcome our first speaker, Stephanie Liggio. Stephanie Liggio. Come on up, Stephanie. We've been working a long time together on various campaigns and different projects, and now she has a great new project called Project Civica, which she's going to tell us all about, and really to educate the public about the political process. Project Civica. Stephanie?
Thank you, Bill. Thank you, everyone. I have to say, it is very heartwarming to come across the virtual front to a full room of active people. Project Civica was co-founded by myself, Kim Tenyo, and Steve Gillis, and the group have had conversations with Steve because he's inspired. run for office. Why does Albany have a supermajority of Democrats? Because the Republican Party has refused to run opponents in certain positions in the Assembly and Senate seats. Why? In New York City, it's always that, oh, it's a deep blue city. I refuse to believe in color-coded politics. We are all individuals. We all have an inherent right to our liberties and happiness in our government as a representative government. But we cannot have that unless we step up. So I'm asking you tonight to identify friends, family, and neighbors across the state to reach out to us, info@projectcivica.org if they are willing to run for office. If you're willing to carry positions for candidates, if you are willing to hold voter registration drives in your church, in your community, at fairs, anywhere, info@projectcivica.org. I am available here or via email. Many of you received my card earlier this evening. Please approach me. I will speak with you about it. There are many, many things that we can do within our communities. And if you find something that's effective in your community that we can share around the state and inspire other people in the 62 counties across the state to do, please share your ideas, your concepts. We have to work together, build the bridges shoulder to shoulder, just as our founders did. I thank you for your time and enjoy your evening.
Thank you, Stephanie, and we're going to be working together with Project Civica in the future. Thank you very much. A great patriotic organization. So now we have our first candidate, Dwayne Moore. Come on up, Dwayne. He goes by the motto, America needs more. Dwayne was here at the last meeting. And he had a few minutes to speak, but now we wanted him to come back and tell us more about himself and his plans and his visions for making New York great again. Dwayne.
Thank you so much. It's always a pleasure to be here. This club is very special to me because when I first decided to run, I was first running for Congress, and this club opened their arms to me with open arms and supported me. So I want to say thank you so much for all the support you've given me, the Queens Village Republican Club. And please give a round of applause. And also, I have to say, they should throw an amazing party. Amazing party. There was a rumor that Phil might have been in attendance at the first meeting for the club 149 years ago, but his dance moves didn't show that. I was taking notes. You know how to dance on the dance floor. Thank you so much. But I decided to run because I simply got fed up with the things that I was seeing. My background is in education. I was a ninth grade English teacher and a college counselor. And then I left that industry and started working in entertainment as an actor and model, and I got to go around the world. And those experiences really showed me what was going on in this country. One, education. We are failing our kids. Our kids are failing. We're pushing them through. We're removing the things they need to learn. There's no civics in the school. They're not learning about their constitutional rights, right? They're not learning the hard skills and they can make businesses and stuff like that. They're learning nonsense. They're learning nonsense, and I got fed up, so I decided to leave. Then when I got to travel around the world, I got to see what the other countries were building. I got to study abroad in China. I got to see the speed trains. I got to see the infrastructure. And every time I came home, I'm like, wow, we are descending into a third world country. Under this administration, it's gotten worse. I mean, New York City, in just 3 years, has deteriorated so much to where people keep moving. My parents are about to go to Florida. I don't blame them, right? So we have to decide what we want to be, what candidates we're going to support, what is the vision for the future. Because every day a student walked into my classroom, I had to provide them with their future. I had to provide them with the necessity tool, the tools that they needed that was necessary for a future. And that's what our government is supposed to be doing for us. When we look at what they're spending money on, does it reflect us? I mean, I told my friends, I think I'm gonna be a migrant for Halloween. I'm gonna walk around with a little basket, walk around, get my free credit card. I'm gonna walk around, get a free hotel room, free scooter, everything free. Socialism for migrants. But what do we see for us? The roads are horrible. The schools are falling apart. The trains And this is what they choose to spend our money on as citizens? It's postures. And my generation is going to be the first one that's worse off than my parents. And these kids are going to be worse off than us. And I couldn't allow that to happen. I was speaking to my father about opening a business venture with him. He was like, Dwayne, I'm gonna be honest, it sounds like a lot of work. And I'm like, no, I can do this and that. He's like, Dwayne, I just want to be on my boat in Florida. But it dawned on me in that conversation that my father should be winding down. A lot of the people in this room in this generation, y'all fought this fight for a long time. It's our time now. I need to bring in more youth. I need to bring in the next generation to realize this is your country, and nobody should be able to take it from you. But to be a candidate, you just can't be a candidate to say what's wrong. And I feel like for too long, that's been an issue with our party. We only point out the things that's wrong, and there's plenty. And I can speak all night on them. But you have to have a vision for the future. So some solutions. One of my main priorities running for assembly in the 29th district is to make sure we bring civics back to our classrooms, to make sure our kids know about their constitutional rights. We need to bring trade programs back to our school to make sure our kids who are not college bound can create a career for them and achieve the American dream. We need to fix our infrastructure. Other countries are working on illuminated lanes to be able to improve road safety. I am trying to avoid a pothole every 5 miles that will destroy my car. That's the difference. Other countries are moving forward. And think of where we used to be. The country that made it to the moon. The country that had the best infrastructure in the world. The country of Motown. The country of the civil rights movement. The good, the bad, and the ugly. But every time this country's been challenged, we stood up and we improved and we got better. And I have no doubt with the people in this room and the support, we'll do it again. This country is way too great to fail, and we'll keep making sure that America is great. So I do want to open it up for some questions, because I do want to interact with the crowd, but the time is now. This election could not be more important than ever. The future of our nation is at stake, and I need every one of you to reach out to your neighbors, talk to your friends, have those hard conversations, to get people aware of what's going on. They are stealing our future, and we cannot allow it to happen. You deserve more, New York deserves more, and America deserves more. Thank you so much.
But now, two has been going in, or one has been going in here, and all these positions to go take.
Yes, I completely agree. Help promote patriotism. Make our kids love our country. They don't tell our kids they hate our country. Who would do that? Who would do that? This country is not perfect, but think of what we've accomplished together. When we step out on the street, the roads, the bridges, the tunnels, came from everyone from around the world coming to make this country great. We gotta tell our kids to love our country, because that means you love your neighbor. That also means you love yourself. You care about your surroundings. So we gotta get back to patriotism. I completely believe you. Make sure the kids love their country.
What has been your experience in talking to your elected officials, your assembly, your senate people? Because I don't think enough people give any input and let them know what they should be hearing, and not just complaints. You talk about potholes. All right, I'm one of those stupid guys. I called the number. I report potholes. Right? Maybe the next 40 bucks will be car. But it's that call to action. What have you heard from the people that have been your elected officials?
It's always been smoke and mirrors.
Yeah.
I'm in District 29 in Rosedale, where we have consistent flooding.
Yeah.
Right? Consistent flooding. And it's been happening forever, and it gets worse and worse. When I think of the state budget and where the money goes to, and the state spending over $2 billion on illegal migrants, how about you fix the flooding to make sure that the citizens that pay taxes here don't have to constantly get in their accounts to fix their homes? How about you maintain the roads? These are things we pay for, right? So every time they might come in and say, hey, how's everything going and stuff like that, they might show face, but nothing happens. We can't allow that to happen anymore. To where people just give us, you know, the nice talk and the run around. Government should work like this. I call the government, I say there's a problem, a week, someone comes, sees the issue, and a week after that they fix it. Because I pay the taxes here. So you need to work for me, and we need to get back to that. Yes. Yes.
I have a serious concern about it. And since 2020, even states that have Republican legislators have not legislated an end to certain agreements between the boards and local parties. They have not, there has been no reform in just about the vast majority of states with respect to mail-in ballots. The same machines are going to be utilized. The same drop boxes are going to be utilized. And there's an array of ways which probably involves about 200 different methods of stealing elections. In my estimation, my analysis, in 2020, probably Trump got 80 million votes and Biden got 55 million votes. That's my thought. But we are not going to be able to change a lot of what happened in 2020 if we do not have, and we have not had, legislative changes in the vast majority of states with respect to election law. And one more point. We need, as Republicans, to be willing to become observers, to go into to volunteer as election observers, and to understand that we might be involved almost in a trench kind of warfare. But we need to be vocal, we need to be strong, and we cannot allow ourselves to be intimidated by Democrat thoughts. The way it happened in Pennsylvania, it happened in Michigan, and it happened in so many other key states. So my question, a good, great person like you, let's say you survive the primary, how do you propose that you can beat your Democratic opponent in New York with everything that is going on?
Well, first of all, we have ideas. So that's first and foremost. And we're going to spread those ideas as loud as we can. Because their messaging is not good. Their messaging is horrible. And I'm not really too worried about Democrats who usually get more offended about which pronouns you use. I know that the people here who really love this country are going to come out, and there's organizations like Project Civica who are out there training people to be able to watch the votes and stuff like that as they come in. But election security is very serious. And I feel like we can't have this issue where in this country we don't fix our problems. In 2024, with all the technology that we have, all of the resources, we need to have a uniform election system that once and for all ends any type of discrepancies, any type of questions. And I feel like it's been a failure. Even right now, there should be mailers going out for the Board of Elections telling people, hey, this is petitioning time. People are going to be knocking at your door. Hey, sign their petitions. That's a simple thing that can change to get people in. But that's also not having civics in schools. That's an issue, having people involved. So I think we need an all-above solution to fixing this once and for all so we can move on as a country. I agree. Thank you so much for your time.
Thank you very much. We have a jam-packed program, so at the end we'll see if we have more time for questions. But we want to get all our speakers in tonight. So next we have Maria Lynn working with Tactical Civics and Switch to USA. These are patriotic causes which you're going to learn about and hopefully get involved in these causes. It's a new way of life to take back America. So let's listen to Maria Lynn and what she has to enlighten us about these patriotic causes, Tactical Civics, and Switch to USA. Maria.
Thank you very
tonight, and thank you for inviting me to speak. At your table, you will see a tactical civics flyer. I want you to take your phone out and, if possible, take the QR code and then tap on it and just take a look at it and save it on your phone so that tonight, when you go home, you can watch the 11-minute video that I'm requesting everybody to watch. And I have an extra for everybody if you need it, but there is 2 or 3 at every table. And tonight I'm here just to say that we the people can get involved, right? We're here tonight and we're doing this, but we can do a lot more. We can go out and we can learn more about the Constitution if we don't have already. If you need a Constitution, you can come and let me know and I'll get one to you. I don't have that many with me tonight. But Tactical Civics has been around for about 2 to 3 years. They're very new in the state of New York because a lot of people in New York are fearful for signing up. They're fearful because they're asking people to learn about the Constitution and to learn about our duty in the Constitution. It's our right. If we see something wrong, it's our right to go out there and to do something about it. And if you see something that's wrong, we need to get together and talk about it. Just a little about me. I'm born and raised in Astoria, New York. And almost all my life, and then a job took me down to Florida, Boca Raton, and while I was there, I worked at an information company called LexisNexis. After 9/11, there was a Patriot Act, and it was great because everyone knew who everybody was before their jobs. And right now, it's in the reverse. Like everything else in our world, it is working in the reverse. The Patriot Act is somehow working to our disadvantage. And our whole world is upside down. But there is something that you and I and all of us can do about it. So I just want to let you know, Tactical Civics is a We the People operation. There's 2 or 3 books that they suggest to read. One of them is the Great Reset, We the People. And in that book, we have the Constitution, the Bill of Rights, and we also dive deep into every chapter. Every chapter will give us information about what is our duty, what is our right. We have to go back to the Republic, right? So we are a country and we are a republic if we can keep it. So what I'm asking everyone to do is to learn a little bit about Tactical Civics. Come to the website, watch the 11-minute video at your home, on your computer with your family. And if this video speaks to your heart, then I want you to tap that red button and hit the join button and let everyone know in your family that there is something we can do. We can get activated in Tactical Civics. The first part of the journey is to get 1% of all the population in our county. We have 8 people in Queens. 8 people. We have less in Brooklyn and nearly 0 in Manhattan. And I think it's fearful for people to want to stand out, step up, and get active. We need to get active, and there's steps involved. We're in phase 1, just to join. But I'm asking you to just look at the video and decide if this is something that you would like to do. While you're home, there's a Sunday night phone call. You can learn more information about it. And it's all about bringing our republic back in action. We have a constitution, and we're really not following it to the T. So I'm asking everyone to please go to the website and learn a little bit more about our republic, our constitution, and we'll go from there. I also wanted to say thank you for supporting Switch to USA. We're the last American mom and pop Patriot factory, making all consumable products for you and your family, and everything is made from a wellness company. It's all non-toxic, and you can shop from home. So with that being said, thank you very much for your time and have a wonderful day. God bless you.
Okay, thank you very much. I'm going to call up our next speaker, and again, save your questions till the end. If there's time at the end of the program, once we get all our speakers in, we'll have a Q&A session with all our candidates and speakers. And now I'd like to welcome up to the podium Greg Garvey from the Coalition to Protect Kids New York. He is the campaign manager for this Coalition to Protect Our Kids, and will tell you why we need to oppose the so-called Equal Rights Amendment, ERA. So educate away.
Thanks, Sharon. Good evening, everyone. Thanks for having me. And I want to give a special thanks to Elena here. She's been integral in bringing me to this organization. So thanks, Elena. You're great. My name is Greg Garvey. I'm the campaign manager for the Coalition to Protect Kids New York. We are a ballot issue committee registered with the New York State Board of Elections, and we are comprised of New Yorkers from all walks of life, dedicated to defeating the so-called Equal Rights Amendment, or as we call it, the Parent Replacement Act. As I'll explain, the Parent Replacement Act is a one-size-fits-all disaster of a law that could eliminate well-established societal guardrails we all agree on, and it legal parental rights as we know it. The issue cuts across all demographic lines: liberal, conservative, rich, poor, black, white, Asian, Hispanic, purple, green, yellow, you name it. It affects everyone. In our opinion, and I think you guys especially will agree, that parents know what's best for the kids, not the government.
That's right. Thank you.
So what is the so-called Equal Rights Amendment? New York State is looking to amend the state constitution through a statewide popular vote on election day, November 5th. Legislators at Albany hope the state constitution says unequivocally that laws and entities cannot discriminate on the basis of new categories like age, gender identity, gender expression, and reproductive health care and autonomy. Other additions also include ethnicity, national origin, disability, pregnancy, and pregnancy outcome. For the most part, the new word might appear innocuous to the casual reader. We are, of course, all for equal rights. But once we understand the real-life legal ramifications of this poorly written, one-size-fits-all amendment, we'll quickly understand just how really absurd it is. Not to mention the proverbial Pandora's box of issues gutting parental rights. So for some background, New York State already has an Equal Rights Amendment. In addition to the original amendment, there are countless other equal and human rights laws in the books here. The push for this language change is purely political theater, fear-mongering and window dressing meant to increase voter turnout on the presidential election year. So let's take a moment and step back and ask ourselves some questions about what it means to be able to quote-unquote discriminate based on things like age, gender identity, and what some possible legal ramifications might be. So, should we allow minors to purchase and consume alcohol and cannabis? Should we change the minimum age to vote or drive a car? Should senior discounts be eliminated? Should we do away with senior housing? Should we weaken laws that issue stricter penalties for crimes against senior citizens? Should statutory rape laws that protect against sex with minors be reduced? And now specifically as it relates to parental rights, should children under the age of 18 have unrestricted access to abortions without parental notice or consent? Should schools be banned from disclosing students becoming transgender to their parents? Should minors have the right to irreversible surgical and non-surgical transgender procedures without parental notice or consent? Okay, my guess is you guys are going to say no to all of those. No. Well, if this poorly written one-size-fits-all amendment goes through, and these changes are adopted to the state constitution, each of these common sense guardrails that protect kids could be deemed unconstitutional under the state constitution. Now, that's crazy. We get through it. It's crazy. So what are some of the key takeaways? Age requirements for things like voting, purchasing and consuming alcohol, senior housing, senior discounts, etc. could all be legally challenged and deemed unconstitutional because you can't discriminate based on age. Like I mentioned, statutory rape laws that protect against sex with minors or enhanced penalties for attacks against those over 65 could be significantly weakened. More importantly, schools could be banned from disclosing students becoming transgender to their parents. Any policy requiring parental notice or consent for children under 18 to undergo any type of abortion procedure could be deemed unconstitutional, and the state government could have more authority than parents in making medical and other important decisions for their children. And the scariest thing is that children under the age of 18 could have the right to irreversible surgical and non-surgical transgender procedures without parental notice or consent. That's crazy. So, and don't just take my word for it. As they say, the proof is in the pudding. There are multiple bills buried in the state assembly and state senate. There's I can get you guys the numbers, but there's one brother-sister bill in the state assembly and state senate that does exactly that. It calls for allowing minors to make their own medical decisions without parental knowledge or consent. So now, if we apply the real world legal ramifications here, right now that will not pass. It could be challenged and thrown out. If this amendment is adopted, you have no legal grounds because it's covered with. There's another bill that provides for treatment of STDs for minors without parental knowledge or consent. And then there's another bill buried in the assembly that requires comprehensive sex ed for students grades kindergarten through 12. I repeat, starting in kindergarten. Crazy. And then the piece de resistance, as I like to say, last year the state education department put out guidelines on how to advise their faculty to children looking to transition. And these are lines directly quoted from the memo. I'm not even paraphrasing. The student is in charge of their transition, and the school's role is to provide support. The paramount consideration for those situations is protecting the student, assuring that the student's gender identity is affirmed, and that their privacy and confidentiality are safely maintained. And it goes on to issue things like if the parents may not know, that if the student doesn't want them to know, you can't tell them. So, again, it's crazy stuff and we need to put a stop to it. In terms of our work to defeat the amendment, we are running a full-scale statewide political campaign. We are very proud of what we've been able to do in the last several months, and we are extremely excited for what's ahead. And we have been building a diverse grassroots network all across the state since late last year. Volunteers have already begun canvassing door to door, and this will only continue to grow. We actually held our first town hall in Rochester last weekend. So, Board of Flight on Friday night, and some local activists got us canceled in the first event, and we actually found a one to get a bunch of people out. So people are pretty hungry for this issue and ready to fight it. So I know you're all begging to know what you guys can do to help. Tell everyone you know, and even the people that you don't know, to vote no on the so-called ERA. Check our website, which is protectkidsny.com. Just put palm cards out on your tables. To sign up to be a supporter and a volunteer. We'll sign up for our email list. We'll be listing folks to make calls and knock doors all across the state. Help us put together fundraising events with your friends and your family. I'll come speak anywhere, whenever, to 5, 10, 20, 100 people. Educate them and we'll list them. We'll get $5 to $10 ahead. It'd be great. And then also schedule calls to help us do town halls. Me and our team will travel wherever. In summary, we want to work with each and every single one of you. You're all important. Building this grassroots effort is going to be key, and we know, especially in an important community like your guys, the foot soldiers like you are going to be essential to defeating this amendment. So, let's tell all the enough is enough. Say it again. Thank you all.
Thank you very much, Greg. And please come back, when it gets closer to the time we have to vote this amendment down. So now I want to call up a candidate is with us here today. Her name is Cara Castronova, our illustrious MC, who did a yeoman's job with laryngitis. Today her laryngitis is a little better. And I wanted to say some really great things about Cara, but, too bad we have Johnny here who's going to take the wind out of my sail. So, John Tobacco!
What's up, everyone? I'm John Tobacco. For those of you who don't know me, I'm a host on Newsmax, but I'm a proud New Yorker, a proud American. I'm part of the Staten Island Rebel crew. I'm waiting for Florida to shut down these damn migrant shelters, so let's go. I gotta get that other chant down. I see you got another multiple choice. It's got the dash in there. That always confuses me, but I'm not here as Newsmax tonight. I'm here as John Tobacco citizen. My co-host on Newsmax, one of the greatest Americans I've ever met, one of the most fierce patriots I've ever met, two-time Golden Glove champion, so she's a fighter to the core. Cara Castronova is here to fight for your vote. I wanted to introduce her and just say a couple of things. Number one, in the news today, we see that there's body parts popping up all over Long Island, it seems now. And we find out that these fellas, if we didn't have these crazy bail reform laws, they wouldn't be chopping people up and dropping them all over the place. And Cara won't say it, but I will. Her opponent, Mike Sapercone, who's running for U.S. Senate, he was one of the key funders, one of the financiers of Todd Kaminsky, donated thousands of dollars to the author of the bail reform bill. And the last thing I'll say is this: when you're considering your candidates and you think about people who donated to the guy who made cashless bail and increased the crime, killed your quality of life, I have one question for you. Has anyone in this room made any contributions to Letitia James? Raise your hand. Okay. So if a contribution to the author of bail reform, Todd Kaminsky, isn't enough to make you sick of a candidate, Cara's opponent, Mike Sapercone, donated to Letitia James in 2022 while she was campaigning on the fact that she was going to put Donald Trump in jail. So think about your candidates closely. And now I want to introduce two-time Golden Gloves champion, undefeated American patriot, not a voter for Letitia James, Cara Castronova.
Thank you, Phil. Hi, everybody. Thank you for having me today. I know so many people in the room, and I just love everybody in this room. So I'm running, trying to get the petitions done to run for Senate. It's a three-way race, and everyone thinks they're the best candidate. I know I'm the best candidate to beat Kirsten Gillibrand. Thank you, Phil. Do your research on the candidates. Google is at your fingertips. You can do deep dives on me. You're not going to find much dirty skeletons in my closet, I don't think. Like I said, just do your research and be a responsible voter when it comes to the primary this year. There's going to be hopefully 3 people on the ballot. I believe in primaries. I believe in giving people a choice. I don't believe in a coronation by a party picking a candidate and saying this is who you're going to vote for. So that's why I'm here today, putting myself out here, working every day and night with John by my side and others, like friends in the room like Penny, just such good friends that I've had through the years that are helping me and pushing me and motivating me and making me want to continue to fight for New York State. So little about me. I had to step down from Newsmax, unfortunately, and it was a great job. Like I said, this is something I'm doing because I know I'm the candidate that can beat Kirsten Gillibrand. I know this is the year that we can sneak in and beat her if it's the right candidate. And I'm not a candidate that the Democrats are going to be able to attack like they will be able to attack the 2 people that I am running against. I am a female. They make abortion a big thing on the debate stage. I will be able to effortlessly defend the unborn. I'm a female, and I hope to be a mother one day, and I think I'm the person that's most equipped to get on that debate stage and fight for the life of the unborn. One of the things that I really want to do and I think is important, and I really met some great people at Phil's last dinner. The Bridge to Life? Bridge to Life, and the Sisters of Life, who are friends of mine. They're these magical Catholic nuns that reside in New York City. They're like Sister Act nuns, and I go camping with them. And they literally are the best ever. They fight for the unborn. They teach women about other options like abortion. They teach women about other options like how they could, have support groups and grants and not be fearful to have a baby. I want to be able to fight for funding for those groups who get zero funding in the state of New York. They get pretty much zero federal dollars, where all the dollars are going to places like Planned Parenthood. So I want to be able to get equal funding, in the very least, for groups like that. So that's one of the ways that I really want to be able to fight for children who are not yet born. A little bit about me, the America First candidate on the ballot. My backstory, anybody could say they're America First. Anybody could say they're a Donald Trump supporter. Check out my history. Do your research on me. It's really convenient for someone to be able to say they're a Donald Trump supporter now when it's convenient because he's on top. That's called a fair weather friend. 3 years ago, nobody in this room could have imagined what Donald Trump, after what happened on January 6th, what was going to be right back on top again. I knew in my heart, and a lot of people here might have, but a lot of people never thought that would happen. So it's easy for people, like I said, to come along now and say they're Trump supporters, when 3 years ago they were talking smack about Donald Trump, saying he belonged in jail, calling him an insurrectionist, saying he was not a good man. Those people didn't have to get in fights with their families, like we all know how that feels, to get into a fight with your family member, to get canceled off. I was kicked off Facebook for life for standing up for January 6th prisoners. I was banned for life. I'm suing Facebook. And now to come along and say you're a Trump supporter, I think that's kind of unfair, and you should look at people's records when it came to that. I have been fighting fearlessly and died on a hill for the January 6th hostages. Now people are talking about everything happens for a reason. I met so many people in this room on my advocacy. That's how I met John, when I was literally going around to fundraisers 3 years ago, begging people like John, please come and speak at my rally in Foley Square for the political prisoners. He said, what are you talking about, political prisoners? I'm like, there's guys that are in jail, pre-trial, being held in solitary confinement. Nobody believed me. I was screaming and yelling. I raised $3 million for their legal funds. That was 3 years ago. I never thought that 3 years later, today they made an arrest of a 69-year-old woman the FBI raided her house. They're still going at it. So I'm planning on advocating for those people, like I always have, and just that's why one of the reasons I want to get into the Senate, to put an end to the political persecution of regular American people. Could be any one of us. I'm sure there's people in this room that have gotten calls from the FBI after January 6th. I was there on January 6th, and I got FBI harassment. It's called harassment. Obviously, I'm a big supporter of Donald Trump's wall and fighting illegal immigration. And, it really bothers me to see so many New Yorkers, like family members of mine, that are, really on the balls of their ass, for lack of a better word, living paycheck to paycheck, can't afford to buy food, difficult to even order out. It's $50 to literally order Chinese takeout food. It's really kind of disturbing. And then, they feel so betrayed by their government, because the government is literally giving all of this stuff to the illegal immigrants. And I just really want to be able to fight for those people who are afraid that they're going to be called racists if they speak out. A lot of people, like my aunt, who's 85 years old and frustrated because she lives on a very fixed income, is afraid because she's, sadly a Democrat. She's afraid that she's going to get ostracized by her people or by, society for saying something. But that's how she feels. Why are they giving this to illegal immigrants? Why don't they care about the elderly? Why don't they care about the veterans? My dad was a Vietnam veteran. He's in Arlington Cemetery. He was buried there. He had 5 Purple Hearts and a Bronze Star. He died in the Vietnam War. And some people died in the Vietnam War, but I didn't be alive. He died because of the Vietnam War. He was exposed to Agent Orange. And that's a toxic thing. They sprayed in the trees so that the leaves would fall out so that they could see, the Vietnamese army. And that's one of the reasons why I really started writing the government and calling out the government. And I really think someone like me would be a big asset in the Senate, because I'm a journalist at heart and I will be screaming from the rooftops and telling you guys what's going on. Believe me. Please check out my work on the Gateway Pundit to see for yourself how fearless. I don't fear the government, I only fear God. I've exposed the FBI. I've exposed documents that the FBI has put out saying that people on January 6th were innocent, but they were going to prosecute them anyway. These were documents that somebody gave to me, and I was terrified. I went to bed that night thinking I was going to get arrested the next day or they would come persecute me, but I did it anyway because the public needed to see it. It went viral, and I've been exposing the government ever since, and I plan on keep doing that. So as a member of Senate, I'm going to keep a check and balance and keep those people accountable up there, down there. Medical freedom is where it all started for me. I'm not vaccinated. I never will get a COVID vaccine or really any other vaccine. I learned a little about that during COVID when I did my research. Literally, you'd have to straight jacket me and probably kill me to put that vaccine into my arm, but I really need it. The way that they pushed it was very, very terrifying. And I was literally in Albany screaming from the rap, screaming, standing on a park bench with the megaphones at Governor Cuomo reopened the state. And that's how I got my first retweet from President Trump, who said, "Liberate New York, good job in Albany." So I was so relieved to see that Trump was on our side of that, because back then in 2020, none of us knew where we were falling politically. We all just knew something was very wrong. And I knew it was very wrong, and I stood with my heart. And that's where I started, was fighting against the lockdowns and fighting for medical freedom, and where I met so many of you. And it has been a real honor, and really it has, just meeting the freedom fighters that are in this room. The transgender issue in sports. I'm a female boxer. I was USA Boxing rated #2 in the nation. Now USA Boxing is letting men fight women. That's in their new bylaws. That happened this year. That just can't happen. You're not hitting baseballs, you're hitting brains. Like literally, you could kill these women. So it's gotten absolutely ridiculous, and I will advocate for the women. I'm now considered a feminist. It's a bad thing now to say that men shouldn't be beating up women. Like somehow I'm an evil feminist now. It's crazy to me, like the way that the world has done this completely crazy upside down thing. So I plan on fighting for women and keeping women's sports with biological women. One of the things I will call out, and I've done a lot of research on this as an investigative journalist, is the Green New Scam. It's a complete disaster. It's a scam. I've done a lot of research on it. I live in Long Island, right by Long Beach, where they were trying to build these diabolical psycho wind turbines that kill birds, they kill and they kill people. And they're ugly and they're gross and nobody wants them. And it's that simple. Like nobody wants these things. They don't work. They're a scam. It's a big money-making scam from people from the top. Told by a very, very credible journalist that the journalist that finally traces the money on the Green New Deal is one that's going to win Pulitzer Prizes, which is one of the things I want to do one day. But I want to expose this big scam that they have. So I will be fighting all of this stuff that they're trying to push through. The Biden administration is trying to push through this green energy that doesn't work and just costs us, the taxpayers, more. And like I said before, I'm pro-Second Amendment. Of course, the Second Amendment is in the Constitution for a reason. There shouldn't be, in my opinion, any exceptions to that. I'm pro-Trump. I will back Donald Trump up. He will get elected in 2020. I was the reporter on Newsmax that was walking around. Has anyone seen the viral Trump package? How Trump is going to win the Bronx? That was me, in absolute shock, holding my microphone, looking at people 2 times, 2 packages Trump shared them, asking people, will you vote for Trump in 2022? And everybody knew that was me. I look different every day, depending on, because I'm half Chinese. Sometimes I look Chinese, sometimes I look Italian, sometimes I look Spanish. People don't know it's me. But that was me with red lipstick that day. And that's when I really became realizing that somebody could win the Senate this year, because I was in the Bronx, talking to minorities, literally going into diners, going into barbershops. All the people in the barbershops, they didn't want to talk on camera, but every single guy getting his hair done was like, Trump 2024. I'm like, I need to get this on camera. I need to get this on camera and go back and get this stuff on camera, because these people really are sick of the Democrats, and they're using all the words that we were using, like Trump 2024, make America great again. And it's like so surreal to see it. And they have Biden derangement syndrome, because anytime I mentioned Biden's name, they would be like, F Joe Biden, F Joe Biden. So I was like, what's going on? Yes, let's go, Brandon. So I really realized that New York is up for grabs, and it takes somebody like me, like I'm the type of person that can walk right into these communities, talk to them, speak to them, and really cross them over the finish line. I think I'm the only candidate that can 100% do that. So I'm going to wrap this up. Because Ron is giving me the wrap it up now thing. And I know Bill said we want to keep on schedule, right, Phil? Yes. So that's my story. You could go to my website, which is Cara4 Senate, CARAFOR Senate.com. Please donate. And the most important thing tonight we're here to do is gather petitions. When you fill them out, it's really important to put your full address and fill out your name and your signature. or your signature and your name, put both on both lines, because a lot of people aren't doing that. And really fill out your whole address and your county where you live. It's really important because we have to get 15,000 signatures across the state, and really that means 30,000 because they're trying to fight them up in Albany, your signatures. So every signature counts, and I'm not asking you to vote for me by signing that, even though I would love your vote. I want you to do research on me and figure out who I am. I'm asking for a primary and to give it to the people. So if you sign my petition, you're saying, you know what, we the people want a primary, and we want to be able to pick a candidate. We're sick and tired of the party telling us who to pick. I'll be passing around the petitions, and Penny and others and John will bring it'll go to your table. Just please carefully fill it out, and your signature, like I said, we need so many. If you're a registered Republican, you have to be a registered Republican, please sign it. Thank you so much. And I always say at the end of my articles, and Penny, my friend over there, reminded me, God wins in the end. And I really believe that. I think that this year is our year, and God wins in the end. Thank you so much. Thank you.
When she came in here tonight, we had maybe 4 or 5 people that are carrying petitions for her. All right, I want you to raise your hand if you can carry a petition for Kara. I need hands. I need a lot of hands. All right? Not only sign the petition, but carry the petition for her. In other words, get signatures for her. All right? Raise your hand and then let Phil and I know, and we'll help you with that sheet and we'll get it out to you. All right, she needs thousands of signatures. All right, do what you can. We should have everybody in this room with their hand up. Thank you.
Thank you, Joe. And one thing that Kara said, our club stands behind those principles that we like primaries. We're for primaries. Let the people choose. Don't inaugurate anyone or coronate anyone before the primary. Respect the voters. Because we the people will make the right choice come June in the Republican primary. Let's have Republican primaries and let's recruit more Republicans and convert more Democrats who are really dinos to Republicans so they can vote in the primary as well. Remember what happened 2 years ago when Fernando Mateo was running against Curtis Sliwa. We needed votes. We needed Republicans to come out and vote in a primary. So we believe in primaries. Also, we're talking about having a debate. I spoke to Josh Eisen already. Kara, are you willing to participate in a debate if we can pull it together? Okay. And Mike Saperoni also. We'll have a real debate at one of our future club meetings before the primary. Now I want to bring up another candidate, another wonderful candidate who joined us today. Her name is Yatan Chu. And she's the Republican candidate for State Senate in District 11, running against Toby Stavitsky. Toby Stavitsky is so old, I don't even know if she's still alive. So, Yatan, I want to say a few things about Yatan. I think this is a really incredible woman, and she's done, tremendous things for our borough here in Queens. She's a New York City public school parent turned education advocate. She's a president of the Asian Wave Alliance. Maybe you've heard of the Asian Wave Alliance. And she's co-founder of Place New York City. Fighting for merit in our school system. She's been fighting to educate Asian voters. And everyone knows in the last few elections, the Asian voter came out and voted. The majority of Asian voters voted for our Republican candidates, Lee Zeldin, Curtis Sliwa. Because of the Asian vote, they made several districts red, and it's largely Yatan Chu had a lot to do with that conversion and education of a lot of Asian voters. So let's hear from Yatin about her candidacy, and she can definitely win this race against Toby Stavitsky, who's really too old to be in office. She's older than Joe Biden.
Thank you so much, Phil, for that wonderful introduction. Good evening, everyone. I didn't want to miss this. I had an invitation to be in Sunset Park. I went there, said hello, and I rushed back because I want to speak to all of you. As Phil said, my name is Yatin Shu. I have something prepared for you. I've had a love affair with New York since the 1970s, when my family and I lived in a studio apartment in Murray Hill, Manhattan. Even as an 8-year-old back then, I was starstruck to live in the greatest city in the world. It is why it pains me greatly to see the drastic decline in the past 5 years, and we are continuing in the wrong direction. We have a supermajority in Albany, making it impossible to have leverage to make changes. Breaking the supermajority in 2024 is possible. It takes me winning this seat. Last week, New York started handing out credit cards to 500 illegal immigrant families. This pilot program will give them $1,000 a month. The plan is to expand it to 15,000 families, a $53 million package in this program alone. Our kids have lost school days, soccer fields, and playgrounds. Our seniors lost recreation centers, and we continue to feel on edge about the safety in our home, our neighborhood, and our city. Even Lefty New York One, they are airing interviews of people who are sick and tired of our city giving things away. The illegal immigration crisis is top of mind for everyone in sanctuary cities and certainly here in New York. And our progressive electeds are fighting with the mayor to give them more. Defund the police is no longer in vogue, so instead, progressives want to make our police ineffective in doing their jobs. In December, City Council passed the How Many Stops Act and required our cops to document more interactions with the public, taking time and resources away from actual policing and solving crimes. Knowing the public sentiment, even Mayor Adams overrode that veto. But what did our City Council do? They overrode his veto. Even so-called moderate Democrats that are in this part of Queens went along with it. All this while we have illegal immigrants assaulting our police officers, assaulting and now murdering Americans. In New York City, subway crimes is all the rage because crime is up again in the subways, 18% in January. And just this week, Governor Hochul is deploying 1,000 national troops and state police to deal with this crisis in our subway system. In my district, robbery, burglaries, and car thefts are up 50 to 200%. When I'm on the checkout line, I make small talk with my neighbors, and we're all shaking our heads in terms of how much it's costing us to buy these bags of grocery. Electric bills have gone up, property taxes have jumped thousands really in recent years, 10% every year. Menu prices when we go out to eat are 20 to 30% higher than they were in 2019. Gas prices are stuck in the mid-threes, and it feels like there's a war on people who drive. Congestion pricing and unused bike lanes all over Queens. At the 2 Civic Association I visited a couple of weeks ago, the top complaint were smoke shops. The legalization of marijuana for racial justice or for tax revenue have brought on thousands of smoke shops in every neighborhood in New York City. Families are concerned about their kids having easier access to this. And residents are worried about the crime that these stores are attracting because these are cash businesses. Everything I shared are what average New Yorkers are dealing with and complaining about, and why more have left our state than any other. Since so few people vote or pay attention, they don't think this is a Democrat problem or a Republican problem, but rather a New York problem, and that's why they leave. People have lost their faith in our electeds, and I don't blame them. For the past 5 years, I've had a front row seat as an advocate and a community leader. In 2019, when my alma mater, the Bronx High School of Science, was under attack for having too many Asians, I started on the road that led me here today. I co-founded an education advocacy group, Place NYC, that fight to uphold rigorous, high-quality, merit-based education in our public schools. In 2002, I started Asian Wave Alliance to educate and activate Asian New Yorkers to be more civically and politically engaged, and to vote in their best interest and not just vote for people who look like them. In October, I was chosen by New York Magazine as one of 49 most powerful people you've never heard of. My story actually started in 1976 when my family immigrated to New York. I was 8 years old. From not speaking a word of English to attending one of New York City's most famous high schools in 4 years, the struggle was real but fast. After Bronx Science, I got my bachelor's from SUNY Binghamton and my MBA on a full merit scholarship from Boston University. I had a successful and rewarding career in product marketing and healthcare and media space for 25 years. I'm running for state senate because I have roots here. My parents, my sisters, my cousins, and most importantly, my 2 daughters are here. New York is my home and my future. I have nowhere to go back to. I want to help bring New York back. Senate District 11 is a winnable seat. Stefano Forte, a young, energetic Republican, got 43% 2 years ago. Lee Zeldin won a large part of this district. Vicki Palladino, my councilwoman, won by 20 points in November. This district includes Whitestone, College Point, Bay Terrace, Douglaston, and Little Neck, Queens Village, Hollis, Jamaica, Oakland Gardens, and more.
And northern New Jersey.
And Astoria, sorry, and Astoria. The incumbent is Toby Ann Stavisky, who has had the seat since 1999. After taking it over from her late husband, passed pro-criminal laws like the cashless bail and clean slate. They've legalized marijuana, they've passed congestion pricing, and funding for illegal immigrants. It's time for change. With all that's going on, a common sense candidate like me can win. My top priorities in Albany will be to address the laws that made us less safe, less prosperous, and preserve the quality of life that we value so much in this eastern corner of the city. Visit my website to learn more about me, donate to my campaign, and help me petition to get on the ballot and change things in Albany. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Jacqueline. So we need help. We need help from you to help Yatkin get on the ballot. So you can see Yatkin, you can see me, you can see Joe, see any one of us to get to petitions. They're up front for Yatkin Chu to get on the ballot. Let's help her get on the ballot, and then from there to win the general election. Yeah! We're going to do it this year. We're going to do it. So we have a few more candidates here. I want to get them up here for 1 or 2 minutes each. We have Chris Wright. who's running for Congress against Jamal Bowman. Yeah, Chris.
All right. How's everybody doing this evening? Thank you. I wasn't expecting to speak this evening, but the kindness of Phil gave me a couple minutes to speak to everybody. Let's give you a last little background. I'm a grandson of a veteran, a son of an Army Major veteran. I love this country since my dad came home with the fatigues on with the captain helmet on when I got done with G.I. Joe. I saw my brother walk when I was a little boy, and I'll tell you guys right now, if you vote for me, I swear I will fight to my last dying breath for we the people. That's what it's all about. Anybody that knows me, I came to New York, started the first minority to do a walkway video that went viral, and from there I started a grassroots group, one of the biggest in New York, the Conservative Republican Alliance in New York, that's growing every single day. And anybody knows that I've been fighting for New York ever since the New York, the Met Club, we do my events there, and Ian knows I chase an armed run in the streets in Manhattan that try to rob that place. So I'm ready to fight, I'm ready to go. You know what I'm talking about, brother. So this is what we're going to do. As you guys, like I said, we people is where the key is. I keep saying terms like united we stand, divided we fall. We all heard these terms since elementary school to adulthood. Now it's time to implement these terms. Actions speak louder than words. All right, and this is what I'm going to do. If I get in office, I'm going to go after this illegal alien situation that is affecting New Yorkers, go after this inflation that is affecting New Yorkers, and educate the public to what's going on in New York. And the country is watching New York right now. So if we get up and fight here in New York, the country's going to follow suit. So it's time for us in New York to stand up and fight for our city and turn this big apple red. May God bless everybody out there listening. May God bless the United States of America. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Chris. We have another candidate I want to call up who's running right in our backyard in District 24, Ruben Cruz. Come on up, say a few words, Ruben. And Ruben also, you need help petitioning.
Absolutely.
So, Ruben Cruz.
Good evening, everybody. I'm running for Assembly in District 24. I work for a nonprofit that was under contract with the New York State Office of Victim Services. So I have some good news for you. If you're the victim of a crime, fraud, catalytic converter, somebody stole your glasses, you can apply to get up to $2,500 back from the state for any loss occurring from that crime. All you have to do is go online, nys.ods, just OES, Office of Victim Services, $2,500 if you're the victim of a crime. That's my good news for you. What do you think? Okay. I do it for a lot of people, so you can get my number over there and call me if you need help with that, but I'm more than happy to do that. Secondly, did you know that it's not against the law for any contractor to put a lien on your house without your knowledge? Every other state has a law against it, but here, put a lien on your home, and you can never know about that. So that's one of the things we have to do on the state level, to create a law prohibiting the lien on your home without your knowledge. Secondly, our budget. Here in the city, we are spending $172,000 a minute. Our state and our city that has, what do we call those contracts? No bid contracts. No bid contracts are killing us because they're giving about 10 to 20% to the actual product that we have, and the rest is disappearing. That's a major problem that we have. And finally, there was one more thing that was really important. I'm also campaigning on term limits. We have Toby, we have Weapon, who I'm running against, who are here way too long. We need term limits so that we can keep our communities active. When somebody's here for 20 years, we just get lazy. Now in my district, we all know, this is 30 seconds, we all know that we're outnumbered as a party by a significant number. In District 24, that is 10-1. There's 10% Republicans in our district, so how are we going to win? My platform is neighbors first. And if, as neighbors, we can reach out to each other and say, hey, do you know about getting $2,500 back? Do you know that there could be a lien on your house? The things that we can connect with our neighbors to make this a successful run for all of us. Thank you very much. Thank you. I'll be here all week.
Thank you, moving through. The State Assembly in District 24 is Daniel Mayo. He's still here. No. Daniel Mayo is here. He was also running for State Senate. He's also the president of the Central Queens Republican Club. We have our raffles. We're going to do our raffle drawing in a minute, but this is the last call to get your raffle tickets. Mark and Jimmy are going around with the raffle tickets for our great raffle basket with some wine and liquor filled chocolates. It's so good, it'll melt in your mouth. And also we have an announcement about one of our congressional candidates, Tom Zamich, is running against Grace Main in District 6, which some of you are in. Tom Zamich is having a fundraiser on March 23rd. Let's go, let's support him. And the information will be on our website, qvgop.org. So thank you very much. We're going to have our raffle drawing in a minute. How many?
Good, how you doing?
Okay, we have another candidate here. What's your name? Mickey the Jacqueline. Oh, yes. Leroy Pomeroy running in State Senate District 14.
Okay, I was invited here. I guess I'm a teacher, so I'm going to do this. May I have your attention, please? May I speak to you? If you're in the back of the room and you're not paying attention, can you please lower your voices or step out of the room so that I can speak to the people for a moment?
Amen.
I appreciate that. Thank you so much. One man, one mic, right? So, one voice, one mic. That's what we would say in the classrooms. Whereas the mic is the one who has the ears. So, my name is Nikita Jacqueline Cole. I'm from Queens. I'm originally from South Carolina. I moved to New York like the other candidate when I was 8 years old. And I have developed roots in New York. I lived in Queens since that time. And I have, I'm from a very political family. I have veterans in my family. We've been in every war, every United States war since the Indian American War. And I have a passion for children. This is my grandson, Samuel. He's with me tonight. As I was listening to Greg speak a little earlier about the issues with children, that's what I'm running on. I'm running on children's issues. Yeah. My grandson was in kindergarten, and we had a friend on the bus who was being raised as a girl, but he was a boy, and so he wore a dress, and he had ribbons in his hair, and every now and again he would fall asleep on the bus, and he needed Samuel's shoulder, and I spoke to Samuel's teacher about that, and I said, well, you know, I don't know if that's okay because it's sending a mixed message. But of course, we're a democratic place, New York State, and everything goes, right? So I became the person who was coming down hard on the kids when the teachers were saying that the children had choices to choose if they were going to be non-binary or not. My grandson does not have a choice. He was born a boy. So, I mean, I pray in the name of place, right? But I'll accept it how it comes. So, but I'm running against Comrie because also, Comrie has been in office since 1989. I was in the 9th grade when Leroy Comrie won. When I graduated high school, I voted for him. Because he was black and he was in a blue suit. But I voted for him. And he's never, ever left office. I'm 50. You understand what I'm saying? I was 14 when he won. I'm 50 years old. He's still in office. Yeah. We need term limits. That's important. I don't want to die in office, but I do want an opportunity to be in office. So with that being said, I'm going to start petitioning. I don't know, maybe Joe will help me, maybe some of you will help me. I want to be put on the ballot at least. I petitioned once before against Santos out on the 3rd, congressional 3rd. I didn't get on the ballot. This time I will get on the ballot. I've been a Republican since I was born. I'm from a Republican family. I have Republican values. I'm not here just because I want to be elected by Republicans or by anyone at all. I'm here because I'm actually a Republican and I actually believe in the values of the United States of America. I believe in our Constitution. I believe in the Bill of Rights. I believe that we should have the right not only to carry arms, but we should have the right to carry concealed weapons. Don't say, yes, because it was written. You know, it was written, and that's what we need to start remembering, the things that were written down. If it was written for a reason. It was written, it's our rules. We said that we like them, we want them, we accept them. We should be able to keep them because they're ours. And I would like to represent you while we're doing that.
Thank you so much, Nikita. And I didn't want to stop, but I'm afraid, we have to get out or otherwise our rent will go up. But Nikita, let's help Nikita get on the ballot and let's have her back to speak at more length because she is one of us. She is one of the Queens Village Republican Club patriots. So let's help Nikita get on the ballot.
All right, so we've got petitions going around the room. We've got an education going on about the county committee, and we are on the cusp of announcing the 150th anniversary Lincoln Dinner for next year. Should it be the second week of March or the first week of March? Raise your hand if you think it should be the first week of March. Raise your hand if you think it should be the first week. First week. First week. Wow, nobody over here?
Second week.
Okay, second week.
Second week would be better.
Oh, I'm getting a lot of, holy crap. All right, I guess the second week's got it. All right.
Nobody's
All right, now listen, what we're going to do is we're meeting as a board Monday night. Shh. All right? And what we want to do is we want to put a payment plan in process. All right, so that nobody has to lay out, 150, 180, 200 bucks all in one lump sum, because we understand that has challenges. All right, so we're going to talk and we're going to discuss how we set up a payment plan so that people can pay like 20, 25 bucks whenever they want, all right, and build towards the price of the dinner. All right, how many people are in favor of that? Raise your hand, keep it up so I can see. You guys don't think that's a good idea, huh? Okay. You do?
Good evening, everybody. I've been in Queens in Flushing since 1982 when it was nice and straight and clean. Over the years, it just went down. But that's not the point. This country went to hell because they demoralized us through education. If we're going to make an effective change in this country, we have to return to our founding principles. God of the country, Lord and order. Everybody, we yes them to death. But how many do we have the audacity to stand and be in front of God and country and do those things? I'm a local businessman. I'm a mechanic by trade, okay? I'm a testament to an American dream. My website is Josephwood, New York. Go there. I am a testament for the American dream and God's mercy and grace. Please go to the website, look at it, and you'll see a better understanding of who I am. I'm a nobody, but I love God, and I love this country. Please, everybody, go to the
All right, anybody here believe the State of the Union is good?
Yes.
Anybody? The State of the Union is what? It sucks. All right?
Okay, we gotta do our raffles now. All right, we have our raffles, and we're gonna pick our raffles. But before we do, make sure you don't walk out without signing a petition and helping one of the candidates or several of the candidates get on the ballot. Take a petition and help the candidates get signatures. And while you're at it, take a bundle of newspapers and give it out to your Republican and all your neighbors. The newspapers are on the table in the back. Do not leave this room without taking a stack of newspapers and get the word out of family freedom and faith to your neighbors. So now we're going to have our raffle. Okay, here we go. With that great, great raffle basket. Okay, you want to? 051. We have a winner here. And it's a new member of our club. Come on up and claim your prize. There's this beautiful raffle basket. Congratulations to Antoinette, our new member of the Queen. Okay, and everybody please support Marbella, this wonderful venue where we're having our meetings. They have a wonderful Spanish restaurant right next door to us. Please help our candidates petition to get on the ballot. Take a newspaper stack before you leave. And one announcement from Stephanie.
Really quick, everyone. Who is interested in being a poll watcher? Not a poll worker, but a poll watcher. Contact me at Project.
Poll watchers. We need poll watchers. Contact Stephanie at Project Civica. Folks, just really quick regarding the candidates. They have about 3 weeks to go before petitioning concludes. This is the first year where state candidates are eligible for matching funds. That's a super important milestone. However, guys, just for a minute, please. It's very important. In order for a candidate to qualify for matching funds, they need at least 150 donors from within the district they're running in. So for instance, with Yatin Chu, she needs she needs $12,000 to qualify for matching funds. That's an average of $80 to $100 per donor. So as important as it is to get the candidate on the ballot, it's very hard to win an election as a Republican without money. So please be generous to the candidates, donate to their cause, and sign for them as well. We need all hands on deck. We need people to help them on the streets, collecting signatures, going door to door. So please say a few words to your candidates.
So now tell me your name. It's a 30 seconds interview. Go.
3 weeks to go. Petitioning ends on April 4th, and it'll be here before you know it. So good luck, and thank you very much. Okay, thank you. Okay, can I have everybody's attention, please, for the closing prayer? Okay, we'll have Pastor Dana Dice lead us in the closing prayer.
All right, could we get your attention? We're going to close in prayer. If we can lower our voices for just a minute.
Right here in Queens. Is that good?
Wonderful. I can find you. Okay.
We thank you
This is what we have to do.
Hi there.
Okay.
This is how it's supposed to go down in America, you know? Grassroots democracy. And you think New York is all blue? No. In Queens, we got red-blooded Americans.
Yep. You nailed it.
Yeah, I nailed it.
Okay. I'm so happy to hear that. I'm a MAGA woman.
love it.
All about Donald Trump.
Love it, love it. Tell me more, tell me more.
Next time. Thank you so
All right,
much.
well, you guys stay tuned out there, okay? What's your Facebook?
Oh, you're gonna find me, Selena Khan.
What's your Facebook?
You just
Selena?
go type my name, Selena Khan.
With an S?
C.
C.
Good night, everybody. That's all for tonight. Thank you for watching. Yes. Okay, live stream ends right now.